Good evening, everyone. As Maura mentioned, my name is Min Jung Kim, and I'm the Director and CEO of the New Britain Museum of American Art. And welcome, everyone. As many of you may know, we've been presenting a week-long series of virtual events to commemorate Martin Luther King Jr. And it is a tremendous pleasure to have Grace Church's praise team and Tre Brown, who is a member of the museum's visitor services team, closing out the NBMAA's Week of Remembrance for Dr. King's life, legacy, and vision. For there is no better way to culminate this celebration than in joyful song and in praise. So let tonight's songs and speeches not only glorify Dr. King and his legacy, but also restore our spirit of unity and love, as well as our commitment to continuing Dr. King's lifelong work. To get us started, I want to pass it on to Stephanie Strucarli, who is the New Britain Museum of American Art's Coordinator of Youth Studio and Family Programs. Stephanie.
Thank you, Min, for your opening remarks as well. Tonight is certainly a special one to close out the Power of Love series commemorating Dr. King, presented by the New Britain Museum of American Art and its Community Advisory Group. This entire week of virtual programs was made possible with support from the New Britain Commission on the Arts and the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development Office of the Arts. We're fortunate to have Grace Church giving one final tribute to Dr. King this week. Grace Church began its worship services in the area in 1942. The church has been at its Trinity on Main location since 2013 and led by Pastor Thomas A. Mills Jr. since 2003. I'm delighted to leave you now with some words from Pastor Mills and the Grace Church Praise and Worship team.
Hello, we're so glad to invite you to this virtual experience. We're grateful to the New Britain Museum of American Art for this night in which we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I want you to hear this. Dr. King said, "Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." And so tonight, as we reflect and as we rejoice through song and through word, we ask that you will join us as we celebrate and lift up the legacy and life of Dr. King. know my name. You know my name. You know my name. Oh, how he walks with me. Oh, how he talks with me. Oh, how he tells me that I am his own.
you all for those that are speaking. Thank you, Praise team. Thank you, Reverend Thomas A. Welsh Jr. Thank you, the committee advisory group of the New Museum of American Art. Thank you to Min, to Laurel, Shay, and to all of you that are watching via Zoom or on Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Special blessings to the musicians behind me. We have Richie, Carrie, we have Kamani, Justin, wonderful singers, Liam, Raina, Selena. We are just so thankful that you guys are a part of us today. It gives me great honor to be able to talk about a man who really changed the course of life through his powerful preaching, his leading, his protesting, and his knowledge. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with the theme, The Power of Love. I decided that would be the appropriate speech that I would give today. This week, we celebrated the life and the legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the man who was known as the Dreamer, the drum major for justice, the preacher, and the civil rights activist who knew how to speak in such a way that everyone had their attention on him. Martin Luther King Jr. was known for championing for nonviolence, but nevertheless advocating for the better treatment of the people of color. Dr. King worked effortlessly, constantly trying to make sure that Black men and Black women could do whatever they choose to do without being judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Martin's legacy and impact is so incredible because through his messages, we can see the stamp that it has left on the world today. Dr. King taught us that our words matter. It can spark change and bring together a nation of people. In these times of chaos and calamity, we have the power to be a light in times of darkness. We have the power to choose love over hate, to choose unity and equality for everyone, regardless of age, race, sexual orientation, religious beliefs, and political affiliations. Dr. King taught us that if you dream that dream, you can achieve it, even if there are people that are against what you stand for. Dr. King reminded us that everybody has the ability to serve. Yes, Dr. King spoke prolifically about equality, freedom, social justice, courage, family, friendship, and forgiveness. But what made Dr. King so distinct and profound is that he spoke powerfully about love. There is no greater force in the universe other than love. Love will keep you up even higher during good times, will comfort you in bad times, and will sustain you in rough times. Love will empower you to love others. Dr. King once said, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. There is, in fact, power in love. We must choose love through not only our words, but our actions. We cannot say we love someone if our actions do not match our words. Love must be unconditional, real, genuine, sincere, patient, kind, true, and authentic. Dr. King set the standard for protesting peacefully. He gave his life in order to push for a better future. Dr. King saw the issues that plagued the communities and did everything that he could to try to change the scope of things to come. Dr. King was the voice of change and an instrumental piece in changing history. Now, it's our turn to pick up where he started and to start speaking about the issues that matter. We can no longer be silent or ignore. We can no longer allow the dream that Dr. King envisioned to just be of anti-rhetoric that is spoken every Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We must take a stand in times of controversy and turmoil. We must fight for our rights and help to create change. We have the power and the ability to be who we want to be in this world today. No one has the right to tell you who you can or cannot be. No one has the power to deny your seat at the table. No one has the authority to belittle you or tell you that you cannot achieve your dreams. You can dream like Martin Luther King Jr. You can read like Harriet Tubman. You can fight like Malcolm X. You can think like Marcus Garvey. You can write like Langston Hughes, James Baldwin, Maya Angelou, and Amanda Gorman. You can challenge like Rosa Parks. You can build like Adam C.J. Walker. You can speak like Frederick Douglass. You can educate like W.E.B. Du Bois. You can believe like Thurgood Marshall. You can be elected like Barack Obama, Reverend Raphael Warnock, Keisha Lance Bottoms, and now Vice President Kamala Harris. All it takes is for you to believe that you have a purpose, and no one can take that purpose away from you. The dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. still lives. They may have killed the dreamer, but they can never kill the dream. It is our job now to come together and unite. We must invest into each other's lives. We must support and uplift our brothers and sisters. We must help them to keep their heads up whenever they feel like hanging their heads low. We must prevent them from giving up and remind them that their due season is coming. We must be on one accord, united and not divided, strong and not weak, triumphant and not easily broken, and realize that our God has given us all gifts and talents in order to make our dreams a reality. Dr. King once said, everybody has the power for greatness, not for fame, but for greatness, because greatness is determined by service. Everyone can be great, because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. Thank you. God bless you. So on behalf of Grace Church, on behalf of the Reverend Thomas A. Bush Jr., Grace Praise Team, we thank you guys for being part of such a wonderful Martin Luther King week. This is only the beginning, and we are so thankful that you considered us to be a part of this Martin Luther King week. Thank you to the advisory committee that was assembled by Stephanie Shukali. Thank you to Min, John Ken, Samara O'Shea, and to all of you that have watched and participated from home. We thank you for tuning in. God bless you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all of the incredible musicians and singers from Grace Church. Thank you to our audience. We really look forward to welcoming the incredible choir to the museum on grounds very, very soon. We know your voices will be even more beautiful and your music will be more resonant than it is tonight. We thank you for sharing with us all and have a wonderful evening. God bless. Good night.